How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the New Year deal sale that runs through February 4th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my daily coverage of every sale that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 25K by the end of the year, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $9.99, the Valkyria Chronicles Remastered and Valkyria Chronicles 4 bundle is a tactical JRPG collection set during a fictionalized World War-era conflict. Using the Blitz battle system, both games blend turn-based strategy with real-time movement as you command squads across hand-painted battlefields, manage action points, and balance positioning, unit roles, and limited resources under constant battlefield pressure. Spanning parallel campaigns in the Second European War, the stories follow Squad 7 of the Gallian Militia and Squad E of the Federation, delivering emotional character-driven narratives, anime-inspired presentation, and high-stakes missions shaped by loss and sacrifice. It's an 86 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 100 hours to get both platinums. For $6.74, Ultimate Chicken Horse is a chaotic party platformer where you and your friends build levels and compete to reach the goal first. Players set traps, jump across moving platforms, and outsmart opponents in hazard-filled stages like the farm, iceberg, and pyramids, navigating tricky jumps, avoiding spikes and arrows, and exploiting interactive elements that make every round unpredictable, tense, and hilariously chaotic. Online and local play, a huge block library, and challenge modes let players create, share, and compete on custom levels, testing creativity, timing, and cunning while keeping every match social, chaotic, and full of clever tricks, mischief, and competitive fun. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $9.99, the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle is a collection of 7 classic cooperative arcade games from Capcom's Golden Arcade era. Players battle waves of enemies in Final Fight, Captain Commando, and Knights of the Round, chaining powerful combos, mastering each character's unique moves, and dodging attacks from diverse enemies like Mad Gear gangsters, robots, and knights across iconic levels. Online play, adjustable difficulty, and detailed galleries allow players to explore famous stages such as the Metro City streets and Armored Warriors industrial zones, replay memorable boss encounters, and experiment with character abilities in highly replayable arcade action. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $9.99, Street Fighter V Champion Edition is a premier fighting game featuring a roster of 40 diverse fighters, including Ryu, Chun-Li, and Guile, across multiple iconic stages. Players master unique fighting styles, chain combos, and execute special moves while facing rivals in intense matches that demand precision, timing, adaptability, and split-second decision-making in both casual and competitive online settings. Online and local multiplayer, balanced gameplay, and all previous content included allow players to explore ranked matches, survival mode, and character story episodes, offering highly replayable competitive action that rewards skill, persistence, and strategy. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Klonoa Phantasy Reverie series is a remastered 3D side-scrolling action collection featuring Klonoa Door to Phantomile and Klonoa 2 Lunatea's Veil. Players navigate colorful worlds, solve environmental puzzles, and battle quirky enemies using Klonoa's signature ring and wind-based abilities, combining platforming, skill, strategic thinking, and timing-based challenges while interacting with collectible items, hidden paths, and secret treasures throughout the stages. Upgraded graphics, adjustable difficulty, and faithful level designs allow players to explore whimsical landscapes, revisit iconic stages, and experience memorable story moments that charm both longtime fans and newcomers. It's an 86 average on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $6.79, Braid Anniversary Edition is a puzzle platformer where players manipulate time to solve intricate challenges and uncover hidden truths while exploring beautifully painted worlds. Players rewind, pause, and slow time to traverse hazards, unlock doors, and collect jigsaw pieces across stages such as the City House, Forest, and Castle, combining precision platforming, clever thinking, and timing-based puzzles. Fully repainted high-resolution graphics, revamped sound effects, and extensive in-game developer commentary allow players to revisit original challenges, explore new puzzles, and experience the haunting, evocative story crafted by Jonathan Blow and the Braid team. It's a 92 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $5.09, LEGO City Undercover is an action-adventure where you play Chase McCain, a police officer going undercover to stop the escaped criminal Rex Fury and end his citywide crime spree. Players investigate more than 20 unique districts, drive vehicles, and bust car thieves while navigating busy streets, solving major puzzles, and chasing criminals through rooftops, alleys, and bustling plazas across the sprawling LEGO City metropolis. Two-player co-op, witty storytelling, and signature LEGO humor let friends tackle epic missions, find rare collectibles, and complete challenging side quests that highlight LEGO's iconic humor, inventive environments, and cinematic set pieces. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Romancing Saga 2 is a tactical RPG, where players control multiple generations of rulers from the Varanus Empire and lead them against the legendary 7 heroes. Players engage in battles using weapons, martial arts, and magic while mastering battle formations, tempering weapons, and recruiting allies to strengthen their empire, defend key cities, and confront dangerous enemy commanders across diverse regions. A dynamic scenario system, compelling narrative, and character progression let players explore evolving storylines, unlock unique abilities, and see how each ruler's choices shaped cities, castles, and the Empire's history, influencing alliances, events, and succession outcomes. It's a 76 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $8.99, SaGa Scarlet Grace Ambitions is a tactical RPG where players explore a world left in turmoil after the Firebringer, a fallen god, has been defeated, sparking rebellion and uncertainty across the Empire. Players follow Urpina, Taria, and Balmont as they call on their might, travel vast regions, and engage in events that shape the fate of nations, uncovering hidden dungeons, recruiting allies, and unlocking powerful abilities along the way. Strategic turn-based combat, party composition, and weapon mastery let players form a team of 5, select from 9 weapon types, and develop tactics that define their legacy, exploit elemental strengths, time attacks carefully, and counter enemy formations effectively. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For $7.49, XCOM 2 Digital Deluxe Edition is a tactical strategy game where players rebuild XCOM, lead a strike team, and ignite a global resistance to reclaim Earth from alien rule. Players command the Avenger, recruit resistance fighters, and research advanced technology while engaging in strategic missions, choosing soldier classes, and countering unique enemy threats across diverse global locations, including remote continents and hidden facilities. Alien hunting squads, custom soldier upgrades, and reinforcement add-on missions provide additional tactical depth, challenge, and replayability, letting players adapt strategies, exploit enemy weaknesses, and maximize squad effectiveness in every encounter. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $6.74, Deus Ex Mankind Divided Digital Deluxe Edition is a cyberpunk action RPG where players control Adam Jensen, a mechanically augmented agent navigating a world divided by prejudice, crime, and conspiracy. Players investigate major crimes, hack systems, and engage in tactical combat while exploring Prague, uncovering hidden secrets, and interacting with key characters to uncover deeper conspiracies and influence the outcome of a tense, futuristic society. The Digital Deluxe Edition includes the Season Pass, an extra in-game mission, and the Covert Agent Pack, providing additional story content, unique augmentations, and special equipment that enhance gameplay strategy and replayability. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $9.99, .hack GU Last Recode is a remastered action RPG collection where players return to the world as Hasio hunts the mysterious Triad across a universe of online adventure. Players explore 3 fully restored titles, Rebirth, Reminisce, and Redemption, experience enhanced combat, and uncover hidden storylines while navigating interconnected servers, interacting with memorable characters, and unlocking rare collectibles. The collection also includes the new 4th volume, .hack GU Reconnection, improved battle systems, and upgraded visuals, providing smoother gameplay, balanced encounters, and a richer narrative experience, including extra quests and secret endings. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Edition is a retro-futuristic action shooter where players control Sergeant Rex Colt, a cyber commando on a mission to save the world from a dystopian nuclear threat. Players explore a bizarre open-world island, eliminate enemy forces, and complete story-driven missions while encountering over-the-top villains, bizarre technology, neon-soaked landscapes, and hidden collectibles scattered throughout the terrain. Updated graphics, explosive weaponry, and stealth gadgets let players take down enemies with guns, ninja stars, and explosives, while embracing the absurd humor, VHS-era aesthetics, 80s action movie style, and outrageous boss battles. It's an 83 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $5.99, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Enhanced Edition is an epic RPG where players rise as the mythic hero, battling demons, shaping nations, and exploring the consequences of power in a dark, immersive world. Players choose from 25 classes, 12 races, and thousands of spells, feats, and abilities, recruit companions, and explore the world wound while facing moral dilemmas, uncovering secrets, forging their own legend, and confronting powerful foes along the way. 9 mythic paths, tactical combat, and strategic crusade management let players customize their playstyle, wield unique powers, and command armies while balancing party dynamics, personal choices, and the fate of entire regions. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 350 hours to platinum. For $7.49, We Love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie is a whimsical action puzzle game where players control the prince, rolling a Katamari to restore the stars in the universe, fulfill dreams, and delight the king of the cosmos. Players roll up everyday objects, buildings, and living creatures, complete all new Royal Reverie challenges, and explore stages with redesigned graphics, revamped UI, and hidden collectibles to grow the Katamari bigger and bigger. The game also features a selfie mode, childhood king challenges, and quirky bonus objectives, letting players experiment with strategy, timing, and creative object combinations while uncovering secrets across vibrant, varied environments. It's an 87 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.49, The Surge 2 is a brutal sci-fi action RPG where your plane crashes on the outskirts of Jericho City, leaving you to survive a city under martial law, rampant robots, and a spreading nanostorm. You'll explore a sprawling, devastated urban landscape, engage in unforgiving melee combat, and strategically dismember enemies to steal valuable limbs and gear, while upgrading your exosuit, implants, and drones to face massive, terrifying bosses. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Supraland is a first-person open-world puzzle platformer where you set out to save your toy village in a colorful, vibrant sandbox world hidden beneath a backyard, full of playful charm, humor, and clever design. You'll explore a huge, interconnected map, combine clever abilities to solve imaginative puzzles, and battle enemies in fast, frenetic first-person combat while uncovering tons of secrets, upgrades, and hidden shortcuts. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Devil May Cry 5 Deluxe and Virgil is a stylish, fast-paced action game where demon hunters Dante, Nero, and Virgil unleash over-the-top combat against a demonic invasion threatening the human world. Players juggle enemies with fluid combos, swap weapons and devil breakers, master multiple fighting styles, and enjoy bonus deluxe content including extra weapons, music tracks, and playable Virgil with his own challenging high-skill moveset. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Moss is a single-player VR action-adventure puzzle game where you guide Quill, a courageous mouse, through an enchanting, immersive world filled with hidden secrets, enemies, and ancient magic. What begins as a simple journey evolves into an epic quest as Quill discovers a mysterious glass relic and sets out to save her uncle, requiring clever puzzle solving, engaging combat, and exploration of beautifully crafted environments. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Tomb Raider Legend is a faithful emulation of the classic PS2 action-adventure, now playable on PS4 and PS5, blending exploration, combat, and puzzle solving into a thrilling global adventure full of danger and mystery. Follow Lara Croft as she travels to remote locales in search of a legendary artifact while confronting deadly enemies, ancient traps, and uncovering secrets from her past that threaten to change everything she knows. It's an 82 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a 4-player co-op action game where you and your allies bravely battle the forces of chaos in Skaven across the grim Warhammer fantasy world in brutal melee combat. You'll hack and slash through hordes in intense first-person combat, choose from 15 distinct careers with unique abilities, and tackle varied missions, challenging heroic deeds, and progression systems built around loot and talent trees. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 200 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution is a digital card battler that lets you relive over 20 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime history from the original series through Vrains with updated mechanics and visuals. You'll build decks from over 10,000 cards, dual iconic characters across multiple story campaigns, and master modern mechanics like link summoning while tackling tutorials, reverse duels, and varied challenge modes. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For $6.99, Middle-earth: The Shadow Bundle is an epic action-adventure collection featuring both Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition and Shadow of War Definitive Edition. Players conquer fortresses, build their personal orc armies, explore open-world Mordor, and experience story expansions, nemesis updates, and new playable characters across massive battles and rich narrative campaigns. It's an 84 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 65 hours to get both platinums. For $7.49, Jack 2 is an action-adventure where Jack returns with new dark eco powers, transforming him into a truly formidable force. Players traverse dystopian Haven City, battling enemies with weapons, vehicles, and a high-tech jetboard, while completing missions, exploring hidden districts, and mastering dark eco abilities, all while uncovering dark secrets, upgrading gear, and honing combat techniques against increasingly dangerous foes. It's an 88 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Gorn is a ludicrously violent VR gladiator simulator where players step into the arena to unleash creative, chaotic, and over-the-top combat fantasies. Players savagely battle opponents using swords, maces, and bows while mastering physics-driven interactions, executing brutal takedowns, and experimenting with other weapons, all while improvising with the environment, timing attacks perfectly, and finding inventive ways to dominate foes. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Hand of Fate 2 is a dark fantasy dungeon crawler where players face a living, ever-changing board game of perilous encounters. Players battle enemies with swords, magic, and traps, explore mysterious dungeons filled with secrets, and strategically collect powerful cards, all while uncovering hidden treasures, completing quests, and making choices that affect the world, unlock rare rewards, and influence powerful allies strategically. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 110 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Midnight Fight Express is a hyperkinetic, fast-paced action brawler where players control Babyface, a former underworld operative lured back into the city's criminal chaos by a mysterious AI drone. Fight across levels using melee, firearms, and environmental weapons, level up skills through a combat tree, and unleash devastating combos, takedowns, and brutal street brawls while exploring neon-lit streets and customizing your appearance. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Pepper Grinder is an action-packed pirate adventure where Pepper and her super-powered drilling device, Grinder, set out to reclaim treasure stolen by mischievous gnarlings across dangerous seas. Players burrow through terrain and water, control machines, and pulverize enemies, all while collecting jewels, solving clever puzzles, and upgrading abilities in a colorful world filled with secrets, hidden treasures, and exciting challenges. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.49, The Wild at Heart is a whimsical storybook adventure where two runaway kids command a swarm of magical spritelings to explore the mysterious deep woods, uncover secrets, and restore a forgotten world. You'll gather resources, craft upgrades, and rebuild broken paths, all while solving puzzles, nurturing your spritelings, and battling supernatural foes and mischievous forest creatures skillfully in a vibrant, enchanting environment. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8.09, Need for Speed Rivals Complete Edition lets players experience high-octane, adrenaline-fueled, heart-pounding racing in Redview County, choosing to play as cops or racers while using unique cars, mods, and advanced technology. The Complete Edition includes the full game plus all 6 previously released DLC packs, offering extra cars, missions, and challenges across a gritty, open-road environment. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and the Platinum is unfortunately unobtainable as the online servers have been permanently shut down. For $7.49, Aragami Shadow Edition is a moody third-person stealth action game where you play a vengeful spirit summoned to infiltrate the fortress city of Kiryu and uncover the truth behind your bond with Yamiko. With supernatural shadow powers, lethal stealth takedowns, and the Nightfall prequel campaign starring Hyo and Shinobu, it delivers a darker twin-soul story while testing precision and patience across its missions. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Jak 3 is a classic platforming action-adventure that serves as the explosive finale to the trilogy, expanding its scope and scale as Jak and Daxter are exiled into the brutal wasteland after being cast out of Haven City. With dark and light jack powers, expanded gunplay and vehicle combat, and a journey spanning the wasteland and Haven City, it wraps up the trilogy by answering the mysteries about the precursors and Mar. It's an 85 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7.79, Final Fantasy is a classic turn-based JRPG rebuilt as a modern pixel remaster that faithfully reintroduces the series' foundational story, mechanics, and world-building for a new generation of players. With flexible class switching, a vast overworld featuring airship travel, and quality-of-life upgrades like auto-battle and encounter toggles, it preserves the original structure while smoothing out its rough edges. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.49, R-Type Dimensions EX is a classic side-scrolling shoot-'em-up collection that bundles the original R-Type and R-Type 2 with modern presentation options. With instant swapping between retro 2D and remastered 3D visuals, the new Infinite mode for continuous progression, and added features like full power-up mode and fast forward, it preserves the brutal Beto battles while smoothing the arcade experience. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $8.99, Tentacular is a charming physics-based puzzle adventure where you inhabit the giant body of a tentacle monster raised by the quirky townsfolk of La Calma, a remote island full of inventive challenges. With over 60 mind-bending puzzles, playful construction tools, and the free Island Builder expansion to create your own settlements, it blends humor and VR gameplay into a heartwarming journey. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $5.09, Plague Inc. Evolved is a strategic simulation game where you control a pathogen from Patient Zero and attempt to end human history by evolving your disease while countering humanity's defenses across the globe. With 10 different disease types, 20 unique scenarios, and a hyper-realistic world modeled with AI, real-world data, and dynamic events, it challenges players to adapt their strategies for maximum global infection. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is a zany, action-packed shooter where plants and zombies clash across colorful, dynamic environments and chaotic, fun-filled battles. Choose from 20 fully customizable classes and take part in 6 PvP modes, or explore 3 expansive free-roam regions in PvE, teaming up with friends to complete objectives, tackle challenging enemies, and take back Neighborville from mischievous invaders. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 130 hours to platinum. For $9.89, OlliOlli World Rad Edition is a vibrant skateboarding action platformer where you cruise through the eccentric and colorful land of Radlandia, meeting quirky locals, grinding rails, and pulling off tricks as you seek the mystical skate gods on your quest for Nirvana. The Rad Edition includes the Void Riders and Finding the Flow Zone story expansions, adding new biomes, levels, characters, and customization options. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Scribblenauts Mega Pack delivers the best of the series with 2 classic games and an all-new content to explore, including additional challenges, fun activities, and creative tools. In Scribblenauts Unlimited and Scribblenauts Unmasked, a DC Comics adventure, join Maxwell and Lily to solve creative puzzles and discover the story of Maxwell's 41 siblings, offering hours of imaginative gameplay and fun for puzzle solvers of all ages. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $8.99, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition Duke Nukem Bundle is an over-the-top first-person shooter where you step into Grayson Hunt's boots after a crash landing on a deadly resort planet, confronting the commander behind his betrayal. This edition adds Duke Nukem as a playable character for the campaign and exclusive new content, delivering chaotic combat, inventive skill shot kills, and outrageous humor in one definitive package. It's an 84 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $7.69, Ship of Fools is a seafaring roguelite co-op adventure where you play the Fools, the only brave creatures willing to sail the archipelago while facing the looming aquapocalypse. With canon combat, colossal sea monsters, over 100 trinkets and artifacts to unlock, and solo or co-op play across ever-changing maps, it blends strategy, teamwork, and exploration into a swashbuckling nautical experience. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, and there's unfortunately a broken trophy making the platinum currently unobtainable. For $9.44, Candleman is a distinctive action adventure where you take on the role of a small candle that can burn for only 10 seconds at a time, venturing into dark, atmospheric environments in pursuit of a distant light. Navigate intricate levels filled with puzzles and obstacles that use the interplay of light and shadow, while each short burst of flame illuminates not just your path but also the story itself, weaving a reflective, fairy tale-like narrative. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $5.39, Alwa's Legacy is a modern retro adventure game filled with dangerous dungeons, mystic items, and ancient secrets, letting you upgrade your magic, choose your own path, and explore a richly detailed world brimming with puzzles. With a clever upgrade system for customized playstyles, crisp pixel art visuals, and challenging roams that test your reflexes, it delivers a non-linear experience full of strategy and discovery. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $6.24, Wizard with a Gun is an online sandbox survival game for 1 to 4 players, where you explore a fractured magical wilderness, craft enchanted weapons, and outfit your wizard while navigating dangerous creatures and arcane mysteries. With fully customizable magical weapons and systemic spell experimentation that can lead to either powerful creations or catastrophic mishaps, it delivers a chaotic and creative multiplayer experience. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Brok the InvestiGator is a punch-and-click adventure blending beat-em-up, RPG, and detective gameplay in a grim, light cyberpunk world where animals have replaced humans and society is sharply divided by wealth and power. You play Brok, a private detective and former boxer, switching between him and Graf to solve puzzles and fight enemies while uncovering a dark, mysterious story full of twists, danger, and personal stakes. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.